Hi everybody and welcome back to Untitled Ninja. My name is Tristan and today we're going to do something kind of fun. So, long story short, I've been obsessed with this video game called Power Wash Simulator. And basically you go around and you clean stuff with a power washer in this game. And it is super addictive and I have over 100 hours playing this silly game. And it led me to this idea. I thought, what if I were to start making websites based around video games, right? Like I could do like a Power Wash Legion website. That'd be kind of cool. And as I was sitting there thinking about this, and as I was kind of playing with the idea that, I know some plumbers too, can do some Mario stuff. I hear a knock on my door. And so I go out there, nobody there, but there is a card wedged into my door jamb for a power wash person here in the area. I thought, this is fate. And so I heard and looked over the card, no website. I thought, this is perfect. I'm going to build this guy a website, and we're going to do the power wash thing, and we're going to do the video game thing. And this guy has no idea none of this is happening. So, I still haven't talked to this guy. The site's up, the site's running, but this guy has no idea what's going on. He's just getting, weird messages and phone calls. So, in this video, this is going to kind of be like a part one. We're going to show how we actually built the website, how we did everything, how we got all of our tracking set up, how we did, the phone numbers, phone call forwarding and all that. And then in a future video, once I collect some more phone calls and some other stuff, and decide what we're actually going to do with the site in the end, then we'll have that kind of conclusion video later on. So I'm pretty excited about this. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and I really like the idea of doing these video game based websites. So let me know if that's something you're interested in. This intro has gone on way too long. Let's build a website. The first step was just to see what kind of search traffic is out there and what keywords I would actually want to target. I use a tool called Keyword Finder, which is part of the Mangools suite of SEO tools. I actually use 3 of their tools in this video, and I highly recommend them. Very good stuff. Now, I live in northern Utah. There are about 150,000 people in my county, so I'm not expecting to see any huge numbers, but it looks like pressure wash is going to be the main keyword that we're going to be targeting here. Now, I did do a little bit of research. I wanted to see the difference between a power washer and a pressure washer. The internet says that there isn't one, so hopefully that won't cause any problems in the future if we just kind of use those terms interchangeably. But since now we have our target keyword, it's time to go and find ourselves a domain. I like looking through expired domains first just to kind of get some ideas and see if there's anything cool out there. Maybe sometimes I'll get lucky and I'll actually find an expired domain that really works for me. I use a site called expireddomains.net. Like I said, sometimes you find something cool, sometimes you just get inspired to come up with an interesting name. Fun fact about me, I actually really suck at naming things, so I just kind of brand my stuff around whatever expired domains I can find. Except for Utah SEO Ninja. So I wanted to rank for Utah SEO, but utahseo.com was taken, so I got utahseo.ninja instead, and that is how my business was born. Please don't ask what I'm going to do once my wife and I start having kids. I actually got lucky here and I found mypressurewashguy.com. It has a ton of backlinks, which makes me think it was probably a Legion site in the past that got penalized. Now, I'm not super concerned about the penalty because I'm going to be rebuilding a site from scratch. That should be enough to kind of reset all that. But what I really like about this is that I can easily brand this as a pressure washing Legion site, right? And so it can work for either this guy, or if I want to bring on more pressure washers, or if I want to expand to other parts of my state or other parts of the country, I can do all that with this domain. It's going to work really well. Hi, sorry to interrupt the video, but this was kind of cool, so I wanted to go ahead and show it to you guys raw and live. I am literally editing the video you're watching right now. So this is it. It's that's me coughing that I have to take out. And that's what you guys should be seeing on screen here somewhere. But what's interesting is to look over here at this screen. This is Callfire. That is the very first lead that came in for this site. So it's already up and running. It's already actually generating leads. This came in today's Wednesday, March 30th. And we're good. We got our first lead in. And that leads us to our next steps, which is to actually purchase the domain and to get some hosting for it. Now, I buy pretty much all my domains through Namecheap because it's cheap, and it also helps to keep everything in one place so that you don't lose your domains, which has happened to me on more than one occasion. They do offer a decent and inexpensive hosting service, and so that's going to be really helpful. It's super easy to use. It's like $7 a year or something like that. And that's going to be really important because whoever does end up taking over the site when I'm done with this, probably not going to want to spend a ton of money on maintenance, especially if I'm selling this to the actual pressure washer guy. And so we want to keep that as low cost and easy to use as possible. And that's actually one of the reasons for buying the site through Namecheap is that it's really easy to transfer ownership of the site to someone else through that platform. And since I'm planning to either give this to the guy, sell it to him, or if he doesn't want it, then I can, sell it to somebody else. Anything that I can do to keep that transfer process as simple as possible is going to be a high priority for me. So Namecheap's kind of the way to go for that. But once that's done, we're going to install WordPress through the cPanel, and we are ready to go. We are currently about an hour into this project, and I'm actually feeling pretty happy with what we got so far. The domain is cool and flexible, we got our hosting all set up, and we should be able to get some traffic and leads in for our Power Washer dude. So I'm happy with it. Our next step is to actually build the website. And again, I'm not a super creative person when it comes to site design or copywriting. And the person that normally builds my sites for me said this was a, quote, stupid idea that won't make any money and you should just go get a normal job, end quote. But luckily we have Elementor and Envato. So Elementor is a site builder, kind of your drag and drop, tons of cool features. We actually highly recommend it. It's pretty much what we use on all of our websites now. And for those who have been on the channel for a long time and remember like my Weebly and Wix tutorials, this is actually what we've upgraded to from those, if that makes sense. And Envato is a really cool resource for stock images, stock music, stock video, graphics, but it also has themes and templates for Elementor, which is perfect. It just kind of fits right into our workflow. It does have some other site builders on there too, so definitely give that a look. It's really interesting. I'll have a link to everything that I mentioned here in the description, so go check that out. And so instead of sitting here trying to come up with a cool design, we're just going to grab a pre-built theme and we're going to customize it. All I really want right now is just a landing page, right? So we don't have a ton of competition for my local rankings, and I plan to throw a healthy amount of paid traffic at it and collect some of that sexy conversion data before going crazy with my SEO. And so all I really need the site to do right now is I need to confirm to the viewer that they are on a site where they can hire a pressure washer, and I want to give them the ability to hire that pressure washer. So confirmation, a contact page or contact form or something like that. And that's really all we need. I did end up adding a little bit of text in the contact form just because I felt too empty, and I doubt that it would get picked up by Google, especially if it was penalized before. So I figured, okay, let's add in a little bit more to it just in case. I will get some articles written up, but I'll actually have a copywriter come in and create good content for the site. But what I need right now is just to kind of flesh things out, and so we're going to make that a future Tristan problem, and current Tristan's just going to chill for now. And with that being done, we have two final steps. First, we need to get our tracking installed, and we need to submit the new site to Google Search Console. And then once we're finished with that, we need to start pushing some traffic to the site and generate some leads for our clients, even though they don't know that they are our client. So the tracking is pretty straightforward. We add in Google Analytics and Hotjar. Hotjar is really cool because it gives us heat maps of the site, so like we can see what parts of the site people are looking at, we can see where they click. And Hotjar can also record viewer or user activity, right? So you can actually see how people are moving around through the site, how they're navigating through it. And this is especially good for troubleshooting problems. So like, say you're getting a lot of traffic to your website, but you're not getting any conversions, you're not getting any form submissions or anything. What you can do is you can use the user recordings to actually see how people are interacting with the site. It's like maybe they're trying to click on submit, but the submit button's not working, right? And you wouldn't normally be able to see that, but if you have this set up, then you can actually see, okay, they're clicking on this, is not working, then we can identify that problem and we can move forward and we can fix it. So that's pretty darn cool, and it's free. And installing these two things is super easy. You're just copy and pasting some code into your site's header, and you're done. The other tracking that we're going to be setting up is we're going to be going back to Mangools Suites, and we're going to set up our rank tracking, and that'll let us see where we rank in Google for our target keywords, and we can also narrow this down specifically to, Cache Valley, Utah, which is where we are, and we can see, where we rank in this area, and everything is pretty darn cool. And then for the ads, we're not going to dive into the ads too much in this video because this is just kind of a general thing. It's very broad. Really, all that we're doing is we are going to, again, limit the reach of the ads to just the area, just to Cache Valley, and then we're also going to be targeting the keywords that we're looking at ranking for in Google. So nothing crazy here, very straightforward, but we do want to go through and we want to test this stuff before we go crazy with the SEO, just because, maybe even though Pressure Washer gets more traffic per month, maybe Power Washer actually has better conversions. So we just need to look at that data and reach that conclusion before we really start trying to rank for it. We'll probably start ranking for both of the keywords anyways, but it's still good to have that information to know beforehand. And once that's finished, we wait.